closer. Happy Halloween. This is the tiny one / Bishie, but for now I am Negan. This is my bat that actually the Junk Boy made this, and this is going to be talked about in one of the stories that I mention on today's video. And here's the funny part, I've actually been Negan 3 different Halloweens, and 3 different Halloweens my hair has been different lengths. This is probably the shortest I've ever had Negan, so it's not as slick back as I would like it, but still. And I might get worn with this, so I might take it off, and I have my bloody t-shirt on underneath. But let's begin. So, first off though, I hope you all are having a good Halloween, despite everything that's been going on. A outfit that I'm going to be doing a video with later, and probably posting it to my Tiny Bishie Cosplays channel, is me doing tasting reviews as Tony Stark. That's why I was to work earlier today, and I had a lot of fun. I had co-workers and customers alike who enjoyed my costume. It's real simple, real like casual Tony. And, that's Tony in a nutshell, casual, unless he's Iron Man. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. Customers enjoyed it. The kids that recognized me liked it, so that was cool. Anyways, today we're going to be doing some spooky stories that have personally happened to me, along with some one spooky story for now, and then some Halloween stories from the past, along with some kind of humorous Halloween type stories. So the first one that I want to talk about is so for those of you who don't know, or who do know, I have a I used to have a Maryland bridge, and what that is, it's like a fake tooth that has like little wings on the sides that attach to the other teeth with adhesive that's supposed to go in your mouth. Okay? Keep that in mind. Now, we had a family dentist for a while, and one day he decided he was going to go into holistic medicine. So he quit his dentistry and gave it to this other, I don't know if they were business partners or husband and wife, but he gave it to this other man or woman. And I had been dealing with not having a tooth in the front for a while, and it was decided that they were going to put a Maryland bridge in place, which was a temporary bridge to help with my teeth. Okay, that's cool. So the Maryland bridge was in place, and of course there's certain stuff that I can and can't do with having it in my mouth. That's fine. Unfortunately, this Maryland bridge kept coming out of my mouth, and it kept falling out. I would have to go back to the dentist to get it replaced. It was big mess, big hassle, all that. And then one day, I had a summer job with my aunts, one of my aunts, at the local school district. And my bridge had fallen out, and I needed it back in place, and it was an emergency because I was supposed to be having a kind of important dinner with some of my relatives. It was my relatives on my mom's side of the family, relatives I don't really see that much. And my dentist refused to put the bridge back in. And so my aunt's just trying to rack her brain, trying to figure out how to help me. And because it was with an uncle, you want to make a good impression, especially if it's a family member you haven't seen in a while. And so my aunt decided she was going to just throw it out there and try to take me to her dentist to see if her dentist would take me in. Well, he did. And I had my little bridge that I showed him. And him and his assistant look at my mouth. And he comes back pissed. And I mean pissed. And he said, at first he wanted to take my aunt out of the room to tell her what was going on. But then I think he realized that I was old enough that I should know exactly what was going on too. And he said, actually, I'm going to take my... Even though I know it's part of the costume, it's very warm. So we can just have my shirt. So he takes the bridge and he lets me know. Just wanted to let you know that, oh, by the name, what was the name of your dentist that you were seeing? So I told him. They were gluing my Maryland bridge into my mouth with model airplane glue. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but model airplane glue is toxic. It should not be anywhere inside one's mouth. And not only that, remember, I have health issues, which include a heart condition. So yeah, so he was going to get on the phone and he was going to call the dental board and report them, and they ended up fleeing. Just picked up their practice, not picked up their, but they just didn't show up one morning. And unfortunately, I have no idea what became of them. My aunt's dentist became my dentist for a while. He was able to put the Maryland bridge in, and I was able to have my dinner. But oh my God, can you imagine thinking, oh yeah, solution to this is to glue this in with model airplane glue, not with dental adhesive that is for that specific purpose. Oh my God. And my neighbors have decided this is the perfect time to vacuum. Anyways, I have my little notes right here, so... okay. So, the first year I was Negan, it was a couple of years into watching The Walking Dead, and Negan had become one of my favorite characters, and it was someone that I wanted to cosplay, or at least do for Halloween for a while. Now, the Junk Boy originally did Negan, and he was actually the one who did this bats. This is all the barbed wire is, I need to fix it and all that. But all this barbed wire is it's fabric. I think it's like yarn or something like that. That it's just made to look like barbed wire and then spray painted. But the bat's real. The bat is very real. It's very heavy. And it sucked one year that I did trick-or-treating. Carrying this around, it got super, super heavy. But anyways, I digress. The first time I did Negan, I did a femme Negan because I had really long hair. And Anyways, I did a fem Negan, and I was sitting on the porch outside passing out candy. And this is when I had the family member who worked at Lolly and Pops. I could say that now because Lolly and Pops is in trouble. They're going out of business. This family member no longer works with them. So, phone was full. Big shock. So I was finished passing out candy for the night, and I was on my porch, and I had some girl drive by and scream, "I love you, Negan!" So I'm like, okay, cool. That was kind of funny. I also had, I think it was the grandkids of the neighbor across the street, um, came over to get some candy, and the the little girl was dressed as the creepy girl from The Ring with the long hair and the white dress. And then the little boy just had this really, really creepy, really cool looking clown mask. And he comes up to the porch. I'm holding out this full size candy bar. You know, this is the year that we had the full size candy bars. Holding out the full size candy bar to him, and he just stops. Just no. And he just starts screaming at me, "You're a bad man! You're a really, really bad man!" And he does not want anything to do with me, does not want anything to do with my candy, and he just takes off running. And his sister comes up behind him, and she's like, she has no clue what's going on. So I give her a candy for her, and I give her another one. And I say, "Here, this is for your brother." And she's like, "Okay." It was just the funniest thing. He's like, "You're a bad man. You're a bad, bad man." Okay. Um, the other time the other time I've done Negan was actually last year when I got invited to a friend's house, and I kept her company, and we hung out, and we passed out. I got some little trick or treat goodies, and she made little goodie bags, and we passed those out to trick or treaters, and I got to like give people the little like creepies as I'm sitting there with my bat as Negan, just, you know. And even with my glasses on, they loved it. And it was so cold sitting on her dad's porch. And oh my God, just, it was glad I bundled up and I had my scarf and all that. And I had gloves because I was just freezing. But it was a good time. And that was actually also, I spent the night at her house, and that was actually the Halloween that the next day I was able to get that Chucky doll from Child's Play 2, which I've shown in a video in the past. So the story that this bat comes from. So, like I've said before, the Junk Boy was one who originally did Negan. Well, this is back in, I think, 2017 when I first was doing YouTube. And I was on a Facebook Live as Chucky, just answering questions, just, you know, doing my thing. And he comes in with a friend, and he's blasting Easy Street on his little speaker with Negan, and he says, "I'm here to ambush you." And basically, they picked me up so that I could go trick-or-treating with them all the way to his grandma's place. And once there, we had pizza, and then I got home, and it was awesome. It was great. It was a fun time when I thought I would be bored and just on Halloween. Ironically enough, the Junk Boy and I were having so much fun laughing and goofing around, and we were being loud. We were blasting music and dancing, like, you know. And just screaming at the top of our scream singing at the top of our lungs. And at one point, we had stopped across the street from this one house, and we were doing this. We were chilling, we were having fun. It's Halloween. That was also the year of the World Series, and I forget what game it was, but this one dude came out, and we thought, oh God. My first thought is, oh God, he's gonna come march across the street and yell at us for just being super loud. And he's like, hey, do you guys want some candy? And we're like, sure. He has so much candy left, and he just dumps it on us because he doesn't want to keep getting up and interrupting his game. And we came across that with a lot of guys that were told that was on candy detail. A lot of them were just fed up with answering the door. We happened to come in at the right time. So our candy sacks were full and just almost bursting at some points because we had so much candy, and it was just, we had a lot of fun. There's been times that I've been, of course, not this year and not recently, unfortunately, but there have been a couple times I've actually gone to my cousin's house in the Bay Area and have hung out with him and taken part of his Halloween festivities. He likes to do his birthday on Halloween, even though it's not really on Halloween. And he is really into the spooky. So he has like this mini haunted house for the little walkway into his house. It's all gated up. And if you make it into it, you can get the candy. But there are so many people that are freaked out and scared and don't want to deal with, his house. It's cool. They say it's cool. That's awesome. But they don't want to, they don't want to risk it and venture in there. It's kind of funny. So he's often left with a lot of candy. So the couple of years that the junk boy and I have gone, we end up getting all the candy. But yeah, one year I went as Draco. That was actually before I started cosplaying. So I didn't do a very good job. I want to redo Draco again, do a better job. And then another time I was Grell, but with kitty ears, and that was a lot of fun. I think I have one more story for. Oh yeah. So when I was little, this is going way, way back. There used to be a thing. It's not a thing anymore. And I think that parents complained, which is why it's not a thing anymore. Where there'd be advertisements on TV where if you call like a 900 number or this other toll number, where you could get a spooky Halloween story read to you. And these cost money. They were expensive. They were like $4 a minute, something like that. It was really expensive, especially way back when. And I would call these numbers a lot when I was little, like really young. And I think I was like, oh God, I think I was like 6, 7, 8. And I would call repeatedly sometimes thinking, oh, if I call again, I'll get a different story. Well, even if you call and listen to a couple seconds and like, oh, that's not the same story, and hang up, they charge you for the whole minute. And I racked up my house phone bill, and this is when my mother was still alive, and she was very upset about that. And then when she passed away and I went to live with my aunts, I racked up her phone bill because I wasn't any wiser. And nobody told me at that time not to call those numbers if they dad forgot. And I got in trouble with her. Oh, but yeah, I do the same thing at Christmas too. I just want to keep hearing Santa Claus tell me a story. Oh my God. Or hear the latest joke, and now they're setting off fireworks. Perfect. Anyways, I think this is a good place to stop here. Despite everything, I hope you all have a happy Halloween. That's going to be all for now. Thank you so, so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay happy. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.